Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I just watched the high-speed Apple event and we got to talk about the brand new HomePod mini. So this is Apple's second attempt at a smart home speaker. The first one, of course, was the full-size HomePod. The price is essentially going to be one of the biggest differences between the two. The HomePod mini is actually going to be sold for $99, which is a lot less than the actual HomePod. This price drop will really help Apple get into the voice assistant market. They have a very small share of that market currently, and that's why they made the HomePod mini, something that will be more affordable but also keep all of the features that the HomePod had. The HomePod mini definitely has a unique design. It looks very similar to the HomePod with the mesh design and touchscreen on the top. It actually looks super similar to the brand new Echo Dot 4th generation from Amazon, but with Apple's own flavor to it. Pre-orders for the HomePod mini will start on November 6th, and then they will be available on November 16th. So right here is basically an infographic for the HomePod mini. We're going to quickly go through each and every point here and talk about it quickly. A lot of these are super similar to the actual HomePod. It's just directed towards the new speaker, which since it is pretty much the same thing, just smaller, it's going to be super similar. The first one, recognize multiple voices. So most voice assistants, anybody in the house that says the magic words, "Hey Siri," is going to be able to use the speaker. Intelligent assistant. Now in the event it said that Siri is 20 times more capable than it was when it was first released. Discover smart home accessories. Now as you guys probably know, voice assistants and voice assistant speakers are used to basically control smart home technology. Now with Apple, HomeKit is basically like the primary way to do this, and you're going to be able to do that with the HomePod mini. Private and secure. Now you know with Apple that's a huge deal, and that's of course the same with this product, which is the HomePod mini. Everything is going to be encrypted and basically protect you as a consumer. Personalized daily updates. Now you can make routines like when you say, "Hey Siri, good morning," you can actually choose like what happens when you say that. So for example, if you were to say like, "Hey Siri, good morning," you could see on this picture here that it's going to tell you the weather. Maps, so maybe you're driving to work the same route every day, it's going to tell you if it's busy or not. Reminders, the date, and then some of the latest news, which I think all of those are pretty much a staple. Next is stereo pairs, which with the original HomePod you could do that. That's actually what I have done, and it sounds incredible, so I'm super excited to get a couple HomePod minis and put them in a different location of my house and still get that stereo sound, because it honestly does sound really good. And I just like that the HomePod mini is smaller, so doing that stereo setup isn't going to take up a lot of room. You've got shortcuts and deep iPhone integration. Now what that means is when you actually bring your iPhone close to the HomePod mini, it's actually going to move the sound from the phone to the speaker. Now we have that with the HomePod, so it's not like this is like a brand new feature by any means, but it is going to be capable of doing that with the HomePod mini. Amazing sound. Now I can't really speak on this one because I don't have the HomePod mini yet. I will be getting it of course for the channel, but for now, if it sounds anything like the original HomePod, it's going to sound pretty good. Intercom and Siri map suggestions. Now I gotta say the Siri map suggestions one sounded really cool in the event. With the new software, it looks like you'd be able to go up to the HomePod and say like, "Hey Siri, where is the nearest McDonald's?" It would tell you, and then if you go into your car and use CarPlay, it's actually going to pull up the route to that McDonald's in the car without having to do the whole thing again by saying like, "Hey Siri, where's the nearest McDonald's?" It's all going to sync together and make a really good experience. Smart home control, which we kind of touched on already, but basically it's a voice assistant where you will be able to use compatible devices by using your voice. It's got the S5 chip for computational audio, which is going to make that experience of using that speaker just so much better. And finally, multi-room audio. So if you have like multiple HomePod minis in your house, maybe it's in the kitchen, your bedroom, and the basement, they all sync together, play the same thing, and when you're walking around your house, you can still hear that content no matter what room you're in, as long as there's a HomePod mini, which this technology isn't new. Alexa and Google has had this for a while, but it is going to be a nice feature that you'll be able to use with your Apple speaker now. With the HomePod mini, you're going to be able to use a lot of different radio networks except for Spotify. I'm not sure if it's ever going to come to Apple, but it looks like there's a few more additions, which you'll see in this picture right here. Pandora and Amazon Music are new additions, and personally I use Amazon Music here and there, so I think this is going to be pretty good for someone like myself. Basically, the big differences between the original HomePod and the HomePod mini is that it is much smaller. It's got the S5 chip for computational audio and the U1 ultra wideband chip, and of course the price. $99 for a HomePod is a great deal in my opinion, just because a lot of people are locked locked into that Apple ecosystem, especially with their subscriptions. So it's just nice to use your Apple speaker with all of your Apple devices. And the way that they're used together is pretty seamless, which allows for a different experience than something like an Amazon or a Google Home. I really wish they added Spotify, but for now, those are some pretty good changes, I would say, compared to the normal HomePod. I think at this price point of $99, Apple is going to get a lot more people on board with their smart home speaker and start gaining more market share in that area as well. I'm just super excited to actually hear what it sounds like, and especially in a stereo pair too. And I'm wondering if you can actually have your original HomePod paired with the Mini. That's something that I want answered, because personally I want to have 2 HomePods and 2 HomePod Minis and try to see what that sounds like in a room. But for now, guys, that is it for the HomePod Mini. Some really exciting news. Leave a comment down below if you guys are going to pick one up, and do you think Apple is going to get more market share in the smart home speaker area with this huge reduction in price? But for now, that is the end of the video, guys. I'm going to be filming my iPhone 12 video next, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you once again for watching. If you liked it, make sure you like and subscribe. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.